Good morning to you. Welcome to this course, Basic Principles of Non-Communicable Diseases. Of course, your program is Diploma in Community Health, and this is your final semester. Welcome so much, and kudos for making it your fourth semester, which is your final semester, through these courses. My name is Madam Genevieve, and I'll take you through this course through this semester. And our class time is Wednesday from 8 to 11 in the morning. Every Wednesday, 8 to 11. So expect that I shall interact with you on every Wednesday, 8 to 11, and we shall learn together. Now, the general objectives of this unit are that it has been designed to equip you, the learner, with necessary knowledge, skills, and attitudes that enable you to understand the principles in uncommunicable diseases. We have it that in Kenya, or rather in developing countries, or rather even some other parts of the world, even for developed countries, we are struggling with the double burden of malnutrition. Remember, malnutrition doesn't mean underweight, or doesn't mean kwashoko, or doesn't mean marasmus. Malnutrition, basically, mal means deviation from normal. So malnutrition can be undernutrition or overnutrition. It's categorized into two. Now, you find that non-communicable diseases actually are as an outcome of the overnutrition, whereby we have excessive intake of nutrients in the body than what the body needs, than what the body spends. So we get predisposed to diseases such as diabetes, cancer, ulcers, and other conditions. And you find that such diseases are not spread from one person to another. And that is why we call them non-communicable, non-communicable diseases. But when you talk about communicable diseases, these are basically diseases that spread from one person to another. They kind of communicate. They move from one person to another. They can easily spread. Like now we have the coronavirus, the COVID-19 disease. This one is basically spreading from one person to another, and even through other means, like from a person who has the infection, passing on the viruses through the body fluids, especially like the sputum, the mucus, saliva. So it's very important for people to take care. And other communicable diseases that we know are usually TB, we know of malaria, we know of HIV/AIDS. Yeah, they typically spread from one person to another. I know you know of some others. Maybe you could name a few. Yeah, I think you've thought right. Now, the expected learning outcomes are that by the end of this course, you should be able to define, describe, and classify non-communicable diseases and disorders that are of major public health significance in Kenya. So we have quite a number, and I've mentioned a few. Kindly think through which are these non-communicable diseases and disorders that are of major public concern or significance in Kenya. So you need to be able to classify them, like to which degree do they cause maybe devastation in terms of human, which ones are life-threatening. You should be able to describe the etiology. How do they come about? What are their symptoms? What are the ways that you can prevent them? You need to help someone understand what are the management tips, or rather, what are the modes of treatment available for such given conditions. Another expected learning outcome is that you should be able to describe the epidemiological patterns and risk factors for non-communicable diseases. And here with epidemiology, it's basically the study of disease causation and its spread. Like we need to find out, how does it spread, this specific disease, and what are the risk factors? What triggers it to make people get infected with it, or rather get to acquire it? How does it start developing in someone, like the etiology? How does it start developing in someone, and therefore maybe get to those late stages where nothing else can be done? Then lastly, by the end of this course, you should be able to discuss examples of non-communicable diseases. And with that, we shall go topically. And of course, we are already late. Right now, we are in week 3. So in our first topic, we were supposed to do introduction to non-communicable diseases, which we shall do today. Which we shall do next week, actually, and on the concepts in basic principles of non-communicable diseases. We shall also look at basic principles of the non-communicable diseases and list some of the NCDs. In our second topic, in our second topic, we shall measure on the major risk factors, like what are the major risk factors of the diseases, the NCDs. We shall look at tobacco use. We shall look at inadequate physical activity and healthy diet and overweight and obesity. We shall look at harmful use of alcohol and also other modifiable risk factors. We shall delve into topic 3, whereby we shall look at the socioeconomic predisposition of the NCDs, whereby we shall look at the common socioeconomic impacts. Like if someone has the NCDs, what happens next? What happens to the community, to the immediate family? Because you'll find that most of them are very expensive. Then predisposing factors, whereby we have the biological, socioeconomic, behavioral, and environmental. These ones are the ones that kind of expose someone and make the person more at risk of acquiring the condition. Then we'll also look at the list of NCDs, whereby we shall have different diseases like of the cardiovascular system, gastrointestinal system, joints and connective tissues, diseases of the nervous system, disorders of the endocrine system and metabolism, and also nutrition-related diseases. With that, we shall have more interactions because it's not a very lengthy course. We shall have more of discussion through the courses, through the topics, and through our classes as we interact. So the mode of assessment, as usual, remember, you being an e-learning student, you're not exempted from doing 2 assignments. Each assignment carries 5 marks, which gives us 10. 2 cuts, each carries 15%, which gives us 30. And the final examination, we do one exam that has a 60% mark, or rather carries 60%. So this gives us a total of 100%. But even through the assignments and the cut and your attendance, being online, the quizzes, other activities that we'll do, the discussions, they'll all sum up the marks. And eventually when an average is done, it should give us the total marks that you've acquired, other than the cuts and the assignments. The reading list is available on your course outline. You could go through it, but I still post several reading lists within your every time we do a topic. You should be able to see some of the references there that you should be able to go through that could be of help to you. So I hope you are well, and I look forward to having you in our next class. So go through this audio, and in case you have any questions already lingering in your mind, you're welcome to ask any of them, and I shall be able to answer. Welcome.